the Knights Templar. Founded in the Holy Land during the Crusades, these warrior monks dedicated their lives to protecting pilgrims and battling the enemies of Christendom. Their bravery in battle was unmatched, their piety unquestioned, but it was their wealth that truly set them apart. The Templars amassed a fortune, amassing land and riches throughout Europe and the Middle East. They established sophisticated banking systems, becoming the world's first multinational corporation. On Friday, October 13, 1307, King Philip IV of France launched a surprise attack on the Templars, arresting their leaders and seizing their assets. The order was disbanded, its members tortured and burned at the stake. But the vast Templar fortune vanished, its whereabouts unknown to this day. The year is 1119. The First Crusade had ended a decade earlier, with Jerusalem now in Christian hands. Pilgrims faced the constant threat of attack from bandits and hostile forces. It was in this dangerous environment that the Knights Templar were born. Hugues de Payens, a French knight, and 8 companions approached King Baldwin II of Jerusalem with a proposition. They would form a new order dedicated to protecting pilgrims traveling the treacherous roads to Jerusalem. Baldwin agreed, granting them quarters in his palace on the Temple Mount. The Templars took vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, pledging their lives to God and the defense of the Holy Land. Their distinctive white mantles, emblazoned with a red cross, became a symbol of fear and respect throughout the Holy Land. The Templars, once a small band of pious knights, were now a formidable force, their ranks swelling with new recruits and their coffers overflowing with wealth. The Templars' military prowess was only one aspect of their success. Equally important was their shrewd business acumen. The order's strict organizational structure, modeled after the Cistercian monks, emphasized efficiency and discipline. This, combined with their reputation for honesty and piety, made them ideal candidates for a surprising new role bankers. The Templars offered letters of credit, a kind of medieval traveler's check, allowing pilgrims to deposit funds at one Templar preceptory and withdraw them at another, even across international borders. This innovative system, coupled with their growing landholdings, transformed the Templars into Europe's first multinational corporation. They acquired vast estates, vineyards and mills, managing their assets with the same efficiency and discipline they brought to the battlefield. The Templars became a powerful economic force, their influence extending far beyond the Holy Land. Their wealth, however, would prove to be both a blessing and a curse. Chief among their enemies was King Philip IV of France, a ruthless and ambitious monarch who would stop at nothing to consolidate his power. At the height of their power in the 13th century, the Knights Templar were a force to be reckoned with. They controlled a vast network of castles, churches, and estates stretching from England to the Holy Land. Their influence permeated every level of medieval society. They were counselors to kings, financiers of wars, and patrons of the arts. The Templars' military might remain a cornerstone of their power. They were instrumental in defending the Crusader states from Islamic forces, their bravery in battle becoming the stuff of legend. Their defeat at the Battle of Harim in 1177, a significant setback for the Christian forces, only served to reinforce their reputation for courage and martial skill. Their banking system facilitated international trade, making them indispensable to merchants and monarchs alike. They financed the construction of cathedrals and castles, their wealth leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of medieval Europe. Rumors of their wealth and power spread, fueled by envy and suspicion, eventually contributing to their downfall. Section 5. King Philip's Greed, Seeds of Destruction. While the Knights Templar enjoyed their golden age, a storm was brewing in the west. Philip IV, King of France, known as Philip the Fair, was a man consumed by ambition. His reign was marked by a ruthless pursuit of power and wealth, often at the expense of his enemies, real or perceived. Philip's kingdom was deeply in debt, a consequence of his costly wars and extravagant lifestyle. He had already expelled the Jews from France in 1306 and seized their assets, a move that yielded only temporary relief. His gaze now turned to a far wealthier target, the Knights Templar. The Templars' vast riches, their independence, and their influence within his own kingdom fueled Philip's greed and paranoia. He saw them as a threat to his authority, a state within a state answerable only to the Pope. Through a campaign of lies and manipulation, Philip convinced Pope Clement V that the Templars were guilty of heresy, idolatry, and a host of other fabricated crimes. Section 6, Friday the 13th, a dynasty destroyed. On Friday, October 13th, 1307, Philip unleashed his fury. In a carefully orchestrated operation, his agents across France simultaneously arrested thousands of Templars, including their Grand Master Jacques de Molay. The charges against them were shocking: heresy, blasphemy, idolatry, and even devil worship. The accused were subjected to horrific torture, forced to confess to crimes they did not commit. The Templars' possessions were seized, their coffers emptied. But despite the brutal interrogation and the seizure of their records, no evidence of the Templars' alleged crimes was ever found. Pope Clement, under duress, issued a papal bull formally dissolving the Order of the Temple in 1312. The Templars' remaining members were either imprisoned, executed, or absorbed into other orders. The fate of Jacques de Molay, the Templars' last Grand Master, is particularly chilling. As the flames of the pyre rose around him, de Molay is said to have cursed King Philip and Pope Clement, predicting their deaths within the year. Section 7, Vanished, the mystery of the missing treasure. The most enduring mystery surrounding the Knights Templar is not their guilt or innocence, but the fate of their legendary treasure. When Philip IV destroyed the order, he expected to seize a vast fortune. Yet, despite his best efforts, the bulk of the Templar wealth was never found. Where did it go? Some believe that the Templars, anticipating their demise, secretly moved their treasure before Philip's agents could seize it. Legends abound of secret fleets sailing under cover of darkness, laden with gold and relics, their destinations unknown. Others speculate that the treasure remains hidden, buried deep beneath Templar castles or secreted within underground chambers. Over the centuries, numerous theories have emerged, each more intriguing than the last. Some believe the treasure is hidden in Oak Island, Nova Scotia, or Roslin Chapel near Edinburgh, Scotland. The truth, however, remains elusive. The Templar treasure, like the Order itself, has become a legend, its existence debated by historians and treasure hunters alike. Section 8, Across the Seas, the Templar treasure in the New World. Some of the most intriguing theories about the Knights Templar involve not just their treasure, but their very knowledge of the world. Could these medieval mariners have reached the New World long before Columbus? Could the Templar treasure lie buried not in Europe, but in the Americas? The Templars possessed a powerful fleet, their ships plying the Mediterranean and venturing as far north as the British Isles. They had access to advanced navigational techniques and maps, their knowledge gleaned from their contacts in the East and their own seafaring experience. Proponents of this theory point to intriguing evidence such as the Newport Tower in Rhode Island and the Kensington Runestone in Minnesota. While mainstream historians dismiss these claims as lacking credible evidence, the possibility of Templar voyages to the Americas continues to capture the imagination. Section 9. Conclusion: the enduring allure of Templar gold. More than 7 centuries after their demise, the Knights Templar continue to fascinate and intrigue. Their story is a tale of faith and violence, of power and betrayal, of secrets lost and mysteries yet to be unraveled. But perhaps the most enduring question remains: what happened to the Templar treasure? Did it ever exist? Was it spirited away to a secret location, awaiting discovery? Or was it merely a phantom, a product of rumor and speculation? The search for the Templar treasure continues to this day, fueled by tantalizing clues and the enduring allure of lost riches. And as long as the mystery of the Knights Templar endures, so too will the search for their lost treasure, a quest that may prove as elusive as the Holy Grail itself.